But it truly is my honor to present the ACUHO-I Parthenon Awards to 8 incredibly deserving people. The Parthenon Award is the Foundation's most prestigious award and recognizes supreme achievement in the profession, outstanding service, leadership, and contributions to the field of student housing. Each recipient had a champion or host of champions who secured more than $2,500 in donations in their person's name for the ACUHO-I Foundation. All of these donations were done secretly, which, as you can imagine, with this group is not easy. To be considered for this award, this is like the CPAs, you know, like on the Emmys. To be considered for this award, members must have contributed 10 years of service to the housing, residential life, or affiliated profession, and 5 years of service at the regional or international level of ACUHO-I. For you first-timers or young professionals or STARS folks, 10 years of service may be 9 more than you plan. But listen to me when I tell you, 10 years is nothing. These folks scoff at 10 years. I hope all of you, particularly our new professionals, will listen to the accolades presented in each person's name, because these are the people who are currently or have in the past led our organization by giving of their time, their talents, and who have forever left their mark on each of us. And one day, it could be you. For more than 35 years, this person has shared his passion, skills, and experience with his students on campus, colleagues, and professional association peers in student affairs, housing, and residential life. Throughout all of his experiences, he has maintained his commitment to, on both a personal and professional level, to developing programs, services, and organizations with high levels of dedication to inclusion and equity. In addition to his achievements within his work environments, he has added greatly to our field of student housing at both the regional and international levels as a volunteer, worker, and leader. An active member and leader within ACUHO, he has served on and headed numerous committees, including serving as annual conference co-chair and as a faculty member for ACUHO's Western Training Institute for New Housing Professionals. His contributions to the student housing profession have not been limited to the West Coast. He is now completing his 3rd year on the executive board for ACUHO-I and has been involved for many years as one of the faculty members of the STARS College. This recipient is an excellent example of the best in our field, a lifetime contributor in so many ways, and unselfish in sharing his skills, talents, and experiences with others. And he has 9 family members who are here, and he did not know that. And his name is Chuck Rhodes. This recipient has held various professional residential roles, primarily at 2 institutions for almost 25 years. Her long list of involvements include her regional as well as our international association. She has been recognized for numerous awards, including all 3 of her region's original awards, from new professional through distinguished service. On the ACUHO-I front, she has served on the executive board as district rep, is a member of the foundation leadership team, and has served as committee chair for a number of committees. She has presented over 50 sessions through both organizations. Her legacy contribution to our field is her commitment to new professionals. This is evidenced most profoundly in her work as co-founder and director of RELI, the Regional Entry Level Institute for ACUHO and ACUHO, entry-level professionals, and I just saw her face. She has served as a mentor to sorry people in the back, apparently it's not you, huh? She has served as a mentor to literally hundreds of new professionals over the years. This person is a woman of deep abiding passion and commitment for students, and she truly believes in what we do as professionals. It is at the core of who she is as a person. She is inspired by people, and she helps remind us of the spark in each of us, whether student, colleague, parent, or friend. There may not be another person like her because the world is not that blessed. Joan Goldwater. were afraid Joanne knew because she is on the foundation leadership team, and we thought she saw an email, but we recalled it and apparently in time, so I'm very relieved. Although it is just a rumor that this person lived in Athens during the construction of the original Parthenon, I didn't write this. I wish I had. One truly finds it not surprising that she has so much in common with that ancient structure. The Parthenon was dedicated to the Greek goddess Athena, whom all considered their protector. The Parthenon is regarded as an enduring symbol. It was generally considered to be the culmination of the development of the Doric order. Finally, it was the most important surviving building of classical Greece and considered the greatest cultural monument. Without compare, this recipient can clearly be identified with shared elements of the original Parthenon. As a true housing professional, her tenure is strewn with numerous examples of her roles as a protector, developer, as enduring, and simply the greatest. She has, after all, dedicated her career to the profession and her staff and students. She literally put the life in residents' life. Due to her leadership, drive, and commitment, the fruits of her efforts can be found in such programs as the RELI and the Southern Placement Exchange, now successful components of our profession. Everything she has touched has turned golden. This recognition at this time honors her as the caring, genuine, positive, and wonderful individual she is, and gives us the opportunity to say thank you to Lorinda Carrot. This man's name is synonymous with ACUHO-I. He and his company have been benevolent with their time and resources in helping ACUHO-I achieve its many goals, serving as role models of partnership for housing officers, corporate friends, and staff. He has been on the corporate side of the ACUHO-I equation, serving as both a member and treasurer of the foundation board, actively befriending new housing officers, keeping contact with them as they progress through their careers, and certainly he has been a humble servant, even when not in official capacities, volunteering at the foundation booth, helping with the silent auction, and convincing other corporations of the value of being a part of the ACUHO-I family. His warmth and inviting personality, coupled with his enthusiasm for university housing and his humble demeanor, made him a great role model for many of us. This recipient is most deserving of the Parthenon because it symbolizes all that is good in ACUHO-I. He is one of those important people that makes ACUHO-I special and makes our association so great. And of course, he is fun to have on the golf course at the ACUHO-I tourney each year. He brings a sense of joy and humor to a game that often gets the best of many ACUHO-I members and friends. I think many of you think his name is Matt Gray, but it is actually Wayne Smith. And that's his wife. Well, hopefully. Okay, good. This recipient's career in housing spanned several decades spent on many campuses. And no, not because he could not keep a job, but simply because he kept advancing in the profession. Throughout his career, he was widely respected as a professional and as an expert in the field of housing. His service to ACUHO-I was varied and long. It culminated with his service as president and also as hosted this conference and when it was still being held on college campuses. He served as advisor to NACUR for many years, actively demonstrating his commitment to students and their leadership development. His champion wrote that she had the pleasure of serving as a staff member of his. She found him to be supportive, a supervisor who consistently helped her grow as a professional. She valued his wisdom and guidance and his support of her professional involvement in ACUHO and ACUHO-I. Her story could be repeated by hundreds of people who had the good fortune of crossing his path and being forever positively affected and oftentimes changed. This Parthenon recipient has been retired for a decade, and yet his influence is still being felt on a daily basis. When people were asked to donate in his name, the general consensus was, it's about time. How fortunate for all of us that he is here with his beautiful wife today to receive this well-deserved award. Dan Hallenbeck. He thought he was here for someone else, so that just makes it all the better. There's no question that our next recipient has made an indelible imprint on the fabric of ACUHO-I and student affairs in general. Like Dan, he has provided valuable leadership on several campuses and has truly left his mark on our profession, and this is our way of saying thank you. He was president of NACUR, created the NACUR National Information Center, and helped frame the organization through his advising in the 80s. He served as assistant editor of the first ACUHO-I journal and led the ACUHO-I organization as president during the years when it was going through rapid and dynamic change, was part of the founding group of the foundation, and mentored countless professionals through the journeys of their careers. For many years, he produced a card for each of his employees that described the theme of their program in the upcoming year, each insightful and each year more incredible than the last. I was a fortunate recipient of these cards, not as an employee, but as a friend, and I still have every one of them. If you know this recipient, you know his knowledge is encyclopedic, but I guess I know what it would say it's Wikipedic. In his witty repartee skewers everything in his past, and this is his champion's way of getting back at him. Ken Stoner. This recipient is a national leader in the planning and design of student housing and residential learning communities. He believes the residential experience is vital to the academic, social, and architectural fabric of campus, and that good design can contribute to successful outcomes. By designing residential communities as places with meaning and as intentional living learning communities, he has helped shape core campus values about the student experience on more than 100 campuses throughout the United States. Through his work with ACUHO-I, his influence is beginning to be felt on international campuses as well. He has advocated that campus leadership and architects have an obligation to create residential environments that nurture the development of student minds, bodies, and spirits. He is committed to excellence for ACUHO-I and the student housing profession. His pursuit of excellence and his spirit of service before self have endeared him to university presidents, housing professionals, and colleagues by always stretching the collective understanding of what is possible. He is most deserving of the Parthenon Award. And unfortunately, he is having back issues and is not here, but Amy Aponte will accept on behalf of Mike Evans. It needs not be said that this person is an outstanding architect. His commitment and investment to educational projects, and most specifically student communities, is what makes him truly exceptional. He has served on various committees that serve ACUHO-I, the foundation, in addition to being a founding member of the 21st Century Project. In this age of computer drafting and digital imagery, he is a Renaissance man's architect. He doodles, draws, sculpts, paints, writes music, poetry, and more. He finds inspiration in things the rest of us typically never notice. He constantly suffers spontaneous creative outbursts and is no more able to contain his enthusiasm than a 10-year-old child. It has been a pleasure to see that type of inventiveness and restlessness applied to residents' life at the home, street, neighborhood, and village levels, more than 20,000 beds of student housing. If you have ever worked with him, you are likely aware of one of his most valuable and unique characteristics, and that is that he listens. He is sincere in hearing and understanding clients, constituents, or committee members in any relationship and is genuinely responsive to them. Jim Curtin.